is it? Well, good for you. If that's all, I'd rather you kept moving. Who is it? Oh. All right. Come on in. I'm not in the mood for gossip. So if you've come to talk, speak plainly. You'd be nervous too. If half of Connacht branded you and your husband as traitors. I wish Quill hadn't been so eager when Camelot was looking for workers. I told him people wouldn't be happy with us. But he just brushed me off. If he had just waited a bit, I could have told everyone. He was forced like the rest. As long as I don't go out too much. I mean, I don't think anyone would actually hurt me. Or at least I hope not, but still, it's hard. Being spat on by people you've known your whole life. I get that they're angry, but Quill and I aren't to blame. We just wanted a better life. That doesn't give them the right to make me afraid. In my own home. They haven't hurt me, no. But they broke our windows. Trampled my flowers. I barely leave the house anymore. Because I'm scared of what I'll come back to. We haven't done anything to them. We don't deserve this. So he won't be home for dinner. Again. Or the next few days, I suppose. Oh, bother. Fine. Fine, I'll go. Maybe she's got some news about when we're finally leaving. Thank you for coming. Here. Take this for the road. I just took it fresh from the oven. Not unless you can give our lord a swift kick in the arse. And get him to finally give the order to move. If this drags on any longer, we'll just leave on our own. And hope the road is kind. But thank you for asking. Close the door gently on your way out. The hinges are nearly rusted through. Sorry, I wasn't expecting anyone. I've kept you long enough. Safe travels.
If you're here to chat, you've wasted a trip. Speak up or ship out. I've got things to sort. Well, are you standing there for a reason, or is the scenery here all that captivating? Pleasant is for feasts and fair days, neither of which you'll find here. I'm here to keep us supplied and alive, not to make friends. If you need coddling, you've come to the wrong place. Jobs. Check the notice board outside. There's always something that needs doing, and I don't have time to spell it all out. Can you read? Can you lift more than a feather? Then there's work for you. I'm Shine, quartermaster of Camelot's Legion here in Connacht. My job is making sure this Legion doesn't fall apart from lack or neglect. A thankless job, let me assure you. Legate Denholm runs the show here, and I make sure his boots are on solid ground. He's got a head for strategy and a heart for politics. He dreams of dragging Connacht out of the muck and into Camelot's arms. I just keep the wheels greased, so his grand plans don't grind to a halt. My story? Huh. It's locked up tighter than our armory and just about as useful to you. Focus on what you need to do, not on digging up dirt. What is it now? If it's chatter you're after, you'll be disappointed.
Help us all out on your journey, will you?
If I just stay put, everything...
Sorry. Close the door gently on your way out. The hinges are nearly rusted through.
You're here. Speak your piece or let me work. Aye, you've got a knack for this. Or just plain luck. Either way, these will do nicely. Good, now maybe I can actually secure those tents properly. So the job's done? And here I was, ready to send out a search party. You are full of surprises, which is more than I can say for most of the folks around here. Marrow gas shells, and in one piece. Impressive. These will keep our armor strong and our soldiers breathing. Don't expect a parade, but yeah, well done. Now, move along. Finally, Croakmore's skin. I'll make sure this goes to good use. Didn't think you had it in you, but you proved me wrong. Keep it up. Wow, look at you. You've done everything I asked. Hunted down Croakmore, collected marrow gas shells, and even more in between. Must have kept you quite busy, right? You know, sometimes I feel a bit odd posting all these tasks. They can seem pointless, running back and forth, fetching this and that. But some people, they just need something to keep their hands busy and their minds off darker thoughts. Keeps them from getting underfoot, or doing something reckless. Good to know you're one of those who can handle it. Keeps things running smoothly around here. So, good job, I suppose. Now don't let it go to your head. There's always more to be done, and I'm sure I'll have another task for you soon enough. You're here. Speak. I don't know where all that eagerness comes from, but I'm starting to think if I had 10 of you, my job would be a whole lot easier. And as it happens, I might have something for you, though it's a little different from what you've been doing so far. It seems that over the past few weeks, some of our supplies have been going missing. Just small amounts, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even notice at first. But when I checked the books at the end of the month, the numbers told the truth. Someone's been stealing the Legion supplies, and I won't stand for it. At first, it was mostly just food, so I figured it must be rats and set up some traps. But not only did the traps turn up empty, the next time I checked, a hammer, a saw, and a couple of knives were missing too. I don't know about you, but I've never heard of a rat that can chew through iron. I thought I did. One of the lads, Percy, volunteered to guard the supplies. Seemed like a decent enough guy, but, well, I guess I was wrong. The next day, Percy was gone, and with him, even more of the supplies. His mates swear he'd never do that. They say that the army was his entire life, but I find it hard to believe. The problem is, the thefts haven't stopped, so I'm guessing he had some accomplices. In the storefront nearby. Maybe you'll find something, because I am all out.
Oh, forgive the mess. I didn't really have much choice about where to set up my things. Normally I'd be in a tavern, but... well, it looks like the tavern is closed until further notice. That means Varel's bookshop is the only place where I can read and work in peace. Oh, of course, my apologies. I'm Imran. My thoughts tend to drift far from the present. I'm a scholar of sorts, though not the kind that hides behind walls of parchment. My calling is to seek out traces of what was lost. Ruins, relics, anything older than old. And yes, I'm a Pict. Not many of us wander these lands, I know. Staying in one place isn't exactly in my nature, so I travel. I learn. I dig through the bones of the world, hoping to find something more ancient than mankind. If you're asking out of politeness, let's just leave it at this. I thank you for your interest, but I won't give an answer. Trust me, I could talk the hind leg off a donkey. No need to waste time on such things. Wow, that's really kind of you. So, thanks to Varel's generosity, I managed to get my hands on a certain book. Well, once a book. Now it's just a pile of loose pages. However, these are some truly fascinating loose pages. They're the writings of a Dalariata scribe from nearly 6 centuries ago. Incredible, right? But what's even more astonishing is the content. This man describes encounters with people who knew nothing of King Arthur or the homelands. Nothing at all. Do you understand what that suggests? I'll tell you. It's so exciting. I suspect Avalon may have already been inhabited by a race similar to us, long before our arrival. I've traveled across much of the island, and I've come across some mentions of the people of Farpoint, a place far in the northernmost reaches of Avalon. Few have ever ventured there. Perhaps the weirdness started to gather and ruin their crops, or made hunting more dangerous. Or maybe it was some sort of conflict that forced them to seek a new place on the island. Or perhaps they simply had a nomadic spirit. It's hard to say with the scraps of information I've managed to gather so far. And so, my friend, here we are, staring down the question, or rather the flood of questions that wouldn't leave me alone. Many Picts I've known have prolonged contact with the weirdness. I thought it was just them, a bunch of lunatics, who first dared to embrace that strange force. And what if it was the first men who knew how to live alongside the weirdness? And think about it. If we could uncover how they did it, the possibilities would be endless. It could change everything. But now, I'm trying to pull together more valuable information from these writings. But honestly, I feel like I'm hitting a wall. I won't uncover anything new just sitting here. And unfortunately, I'm stuck here for the time being. I got injured on my way to Connacht, and I'm not quite back to my full strength yet. Oh, don't worry about that, really. It's more of a, let's call it an occupational hazard rather than an actual ailment. I have to give myself some time and everything will settle back into place. I'll be as fit as a fiddle, or whatever it is you say here. Yes, something like that. The Grotto of First Men, that tribal scribe detailed where it should be located. And I'm assuming you're asking for a reason, aren't you? I'd love to go there myself, but this is a matter of some importance to me. I don't want to wait for this one. So, if you're one of those bold souls who take such ventures, I'd be more than willing to entrust this task to you. Truly excellent. I'm deeply obliged, my friend. Here are the notes. They should guide you to the location. Return swiftly and, more importantly, safely. I'll eagerly be awaiting your return. I once heard a legend of a mysterious chapel that appears only to those it chooses. Many adventurers have gone to seek it, but I've never heard of anyone returning to tell the tale. Some say it holds a sacred spring that cures all ailments. Others say it is a passage to the very bottom of the sea, the domain of the Lord of the Seas himself. But I've never found any proof of either claim. Yes, enough talk. There's a Yeah. Oh, well. And yes. If what? Ah, I've traveled across. I, I, so, oh, of course. I imagine you'll need to make proper preparations for such a journey. I wouldn't want you to bear those costs. Here, take this. Based on my own travel expenses, I'd say truly excellent. I'm deeply obliged. Return swiftly and more.
A place? No. But Saras was the name of King Arthur's flagship, the very ship he led his people to Avalon on from the homelands. I'm not sure what became of it. I think it sank at some point. But a sanctuary? Where did you hear? That's... You're trying to make... Because if it were truly the Lord of the Seas himself summoning you, you wouldn't be foolish enough to waste time speaking with me instead of heeding his call, would you?
Safe. Oh, forget. That,
I'm but a... Ah, my people often wonder where the weirdness guides them. There are mysteries that wait for the right time and the right person to be You should be honored to be given such a task.
the place seems to attract trouble. Not a good place, then. I'd run out of... Safe. Oh, forget. That, ah,
I'm but... Ah, there are... You should...
the place seems to attract trouble. Not a good place, then. I'd run out of breath listing all the things that plague this place. And I haven't even been here that long. Of all the misfortunes these poor people are facing, I'd wager the men here is the gravest of them. The Red Death, troubling as it is, seems manageable, at least with the intervention of the priests. But the weirdness, shoot. If the men here goes out, These people will face a far greater peril than any sickness or human form of conflict. I heard she was a Dalariata who runs a bookshop in Connacht. I was a bit apprehensive about meeting her. I thought I'd find someone overly rattled and stripped of her own cultural heritage, but Varel, she's different. And I admire her work that she even bothers to do it. Sometimes, it feels like people have lost all interest in discovery, whether it's the kind found in verses or the kind waiting out there in the wide world. Yes, enough talk. There's a world to discover.
Welcome to Varel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, kindly leave before you start. Aye. Look, I don't begrudge anybody their reading habits. Each to their own. But some things should be kept private. Aye. Not only can I read, I can even make recommendations. Imagine that. So, if you have a joke to tell, don't bother. I'm pretty sure I've heard them all. And then the shopkeeper says, "Huh, it must be raining." Told you, I know them all. Maybe one day, I'll even compile them into a collection and burn it. This shop belonged to my late husband. We met on the road. I was a mercenary hired to protect the caravan. He was a fine older gentleman, fascinated with a Del Rita lass who shared his love for books. It was a lethal combination for my poor heart. We didn't get near enough years together, but we were happy. We didn't have much family left, and they couldn't care less about this place, so he left it all to me. Well, I can't just take the shop and hitch it to a cart, can I? Although I suppose that might be more or less what I need today. I didn't hate living here, you know. It was fine when my husband was still alive. I even thought people were starting to warm up to me. And then he died, and the respect died with him. And then Camelot arrived. Everything just went downhill for there. Oh, expecting a wee one? Congratulations! Lucky you. I don't think I've seen a newborn in Cunicht for as long as I've lived here. Is that so? Oh, is it now? Well, well, well. And why can't he come home and buy it himself? I do. The question is, do you? I bet he sold you some sob story about how a big bad Delrida chased him off because he's a poor Camlosian soldier. Oh, that's precious. I chased him off because he couldn't take no for an answer. He came in and tried to seduce me. Told me he just loves to devour books. But he'd gladly do the same with me. Books, sure. Maybe for breakfast, to add variety to his military fare. When I told him I wasn't interested, he got all pissed off and called me an ugly dumb savage. I only let him leave with his teeth intact to avoid proving him right. Tell you what, I'll sell you that book. But fair warning, I'll be sending his peer wife the story of Giron the Unfaithful, with a special edition forward for me. Deal? Ha! Pleasure doing business with you. I hope his wife won't go either. Thanks for coming in. I hope to see you around again. Before you ask, no. I do not have any books personally signed by Merlin. Nor will I fake his signature.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
So... What? I wasn't harassing her. I was just being friendly. Besides, she should be grateful. I bet a savage like her doesn't get all that many compliments, especially not from men like me. What? That bitch! I'll teach her what happens to people who try to get smart with me. You mark my... Thank you for the warning. I'll have to write a letter to my wife. She'll forgive and forget. Here's your money and a little extra. Oh.
Have some spare food or coin?
I swear if I catch that bastard, I'll shove all 5 volumes of... What? Aye, something happened. Some blighter broke in and stole every book about the beautiful Liliana. Not a loose page left. That's most of my income, gone in the wind. That's no something I'd like to think too much about. Aye, one of the soldiers. He threw a fit a few days ago, 'cause I wouldn't sell him the latest volume on credit. There's no chance I'd ever allow that. Give it 2 months. Aye, 'cause Denholm's got nothing better to do than go around asking his men if they nicked all the porn from the local Del Rita bookshop. I'd be laughed out of his. Can't say I wouldn't be grateful. The lad's name is Walter. He's, well, all in all. So if you do find him, try not to rough him up too. Well, Welcome to Vrel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, welcome back.
Have some spare food or coin?
Have you seen that Islay? She wouldn't be half bad if it weren't for that eye of hers. Have you seen that Islay?
Welcome to Vrel's book. Perhaps it is. But you'd think that so-called civilized people hearing the same crude comments over and over again makes me feel like I've never left the training grounds. Then there are the braver ones who tell me I'm not welcome here. Hell, it's just like talking to my sister. They all have more in common than they think. Although mostly it's just prejudice. They're no all bad. I know it might sound like I was some poor, misunderstood girl with unusual interests, but that wasn't the case. I was a rightful member of the tribe, and believe me, I didn't get my name for nothing. My father made sure of it. I just wasn't my sister. Funnily enough, she was the one who saw it as a problem. Vran believed that my lack of ambition to be the top Volker warrior somehow made her look bad. Every time I went to the temple to read in peace, she was on my ass about it. Until one day, she yelled at me to either step up or get the hell out of her tribe. You can guess the rest. I am no sure. When they decide to kick you out and take your name, they make a whole ceremony of it. But I left pretty much the moment my sister stopped yelling. You don't have to be there for it though. Vran might have been pissed off enough to go through with it. So, maybe. I don't really care. I'm not going to stop using my name just because my little sister told me to. Oh, great. How's she doing? Still on her path to becoming the pinnacle of tribal perfection? She's... shit. I'm sorry. I just need some time to process this. She always seemed indestructible. How did she die? I guess I should start polishing my axe, eh? Nah, don't worry. I'm no planning on taking revenge. Vran lived and breathed the Del Rita way. If one warrior falls to another, then that's what they deserved. Still, you were brave to tell me. At least you fell to somebody worthy. Thanks for Welcome. Oh, wise of you to prepare yourselves. I think I have just the thing for you. The Temple of the All-Mother issued this book to instruct their priestesses in midwifery. Speaking of which, if you want some practical tips, you should ask Nianti. She might still remember how to deliver a baby, although I wouldn't bet on it. So, is that so? Oh, that's fresh. He came in and... Books, sure. When I tell you... You presume a man like that can be taught reason? I'm afraid the book's lesson will be completely lost on him, if he even bothers to read it. He might just tear out a few pages every time he goes to the privy. Fine. I won't make myself a hypocrite. I'll send his wife the priestess's book. May Mather at least bless her with a smooth labour, since she couldn't bless her with a decent man. Thanks for coming.
You doing okay?
So... What? I wasn't harassed. What? What is this shit? What am I supposed to do with this? Did that Rita bitch put you up to this? A savage, teaching me morals. Don't make me. So I like women. What of it? What my wife doesn't know won't hurt her. Besides, what else am I supposed to do when I'm away from her for months on end? A man has needs, you know? I'm not a red priest, damn it. Take your money and get lost. I don't want to talk to you again. So, I've actually read the book. I didn't have anything better to do during the night watch. You know, maybe I'm not being all that fair to my wife. Oh.
Welcome to So, they're no bad. I was funnily you can. Oh, of course she did. It doesn't surprise me that she decided to join a fanatic. Though it is amusing that she chose one capable of using compound sentences. She never believed in the power of words. But perhaps that's exactly why she ended up following a man who fed her beautiful lies. This shop belonged to my late husband. I was a mercenary hired to protect the caravan. He was a fine older gentleman, fascinated with a Del Rita lass who shared his love for books. It was a lethal combination for my poor heart. We didn't get near enough years together. We didn't have... Well, I didn't... And then he... Oh, expecting a... Oh, is it now? Well. Oh, that's precious. He came in. When I tell him I wasn't... Tell you what. You presume a man like that can be taught reason? I'm afraid the book's lesson will be completely lost on him, if he even bothers to read it. He might just tear out a few pages every time he goes to the privy. Fine. I won't make myself a hypocrite out of spite. I'll send his wife the priestess's book. May Mather at least bless her with a smooth labour, since she couldn't bless her with a decent man. A dictionary? That's no exactly a hot item in Cunicht. Most folk around here would ask for something light to read before bed. But you're in luck. I had one gathering dust probably since I first got here. What do you need it for? Studying? Writing fancy letters? Sorry, it's just such an unusual request. I can't help being curious. Alright, I get it. You don't want to say. That's fair enough. I was just curious, that's all. You're no joking, are you? A redcap. Keener to learn than most of my customers in every Delrida I've ever met. You know what? Take it as a gift. Nobody else was going to want it anyway, and I'm happy to know it'll actually be put to some use.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
So, about that book. Do you have it? What? Oh, bizarre. What? What is this shit? What am I supposed to do with this? Did that Rita bitch put you up to this? A savage, teaching me morals. Don't make... So I like women. What a man has needs, you know?
Well, I, but thanks for coming in.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
So, what? Besides, she should be grateful. I bet a savage like her doesn't get all that many compliments. What? Did that Rita bitch put you up to this? A savage teaching me. So I like women. A man has needs.
Have some spare food or coin? Anything else?
I am an outcast, exiled from my home by the Red.
You're... Yes.
I swear, if I catch that bastard, I'll shove all 5 volumes right up his arse. What? Aye, something happened. Some blighter broke in and stole every book about the beautiful Liliana. Not a loose page left. That's not something I'd like to think. Aye, one of the soldiers. He threw a fit a few days ago, 'cause I wouldn't sell him the latest volume on. There's no chance I'd. Aye, 'cause Denholm's got nothing better to do than go around asking his men if they nicked all the porn from the local Del Rita bookshop. I'd be Can't say I wouldn't be grateful. The lad's name is Walter. He's, well, all in all, he's no a bad sort. So if you do find him, try not to rough him up too. Well, I've welcome to Vrel's. Well,
Have some spare food or coin?
So, I've actually read the book. I didn't have anything better to do during the night watch. You know, maybe I'm not being all that fair to my wife. Thanks for bringing it to me. I hope I make it back in...
Spare a coin for the hungry.
I am an outcast, exiled from my home by... My struggle continues on the holy island of Avalon.
Always a pleasure to see you. Hello there, strange-looking citizen. You lost, or just looking for someone? A reputation? Me? For what? Standing around looking tough? Oi, wait a moment. You think I stole those books? Beautiful Liliana is sacred to me, all right? I'd never touch Vrel's stash, I swear. I was saving up for the new volume. Now it's gone? How the hell am I supposed to know what happens to Liliana next? No! I dunno. But there's this red priest hanging around who loves scaring the crap out of soldiers. Always preaching doom and sin, you know? And you know what's worse? That damn priest saying Liliana's, inspiring moments are why I'll be cursed. He told me I'd grow hair on the inside of my palms. What kind of nutter says that to a bloke? Is that even a thing? Damn brother Ismat got me paranoid. Oh, thank the gods. I was losing sleep over this. I mean, I don't trust that priest farther than I could throw him, but he's got a way of getting inside your head, you know? I guess I should have known better. Beautiful Liliana's too pure to curse a guy, right? Right? Oh, he's probably at the Red Church headquarters. That's where they're always praying and doing whatever it is that Red Priests do. Just be careful. The man's got a way of making you feel like you're already cursed. Creepy bastard. Catch you later, yeah? Don't go getting into trouble without me. Take care now.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Through service and we are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Through service and duty, we ascend to holiness. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Through service and duty we ascend to holiness. It is not the act alone that is weighed, but the intent and the fruits thereof. A hand that lingers on selfish desires serves no purpose higher than itself. But a hand that labors for love and creation walks the righteous path We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity. We are the sanctified martyrs. Yes? What reason do you have to interrupt my prayer? What could be more important than this? The body is a vessel of the Prophet's will, and its purpose is not to squander, but to glorify, says a sermon written by Flamen the Chaste. Through the suffering of the body, I free myself from the snares of evil. Each strike of the whip creates a wound, a holy space to be filled with the K's grace. I know which sinner you speak of. I also know he intended to read those books, tainted with lechery. I could not allow that, because I know all too well what they do to minds prone to living in impurity, as I know what that man intended to do with his sweaty hands panting over the next chapter. He intended to stain his soul with sin. People who are lost for their entire lives don't even realize they're on a path to nowhere, that each new crossroads only leads them more astray. I only want to protect them from this. I want to ensure that their life's path would have fewer moments of doubt over whether to succumb to temptation or resist it. I have no intention of taking responsibility for what lurks in the shadow of their depraved imaginations. The sin comes from within them, not from me. You will not provoke me. Of course, I am a Red Priest, after all. I know much about the struggles of the spirit, about what shatters a person's dignity, about the acts that cloud the mind with a fog. My conscience is untroubled, thanks to my penance. Leave me. I wish to pray. We are the sanctified martyrs. Why do you The validity of any Red Church procedures is not for you to judge. Let me. We are the sanctified. Why do you Very bold words. The pain will go, but the grace of K that I will receive for my martyrdom will heal me. Could you say, I thought so. We are the sanctified. Why do you And I don't appreciate it when someone. We are the sanctified. Why do you And I don't appreciate. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood, we are the sanctified martyrs. We are the sanctified martyrs. Yes? Through because he with people I knew about. My conscience is untroubled, thanks. We are the sanctified Why do you? The validity of any retro. We are the sanctified Why do you? Yes, I stole those books that are thick with words yet imparting no virtue, filled with vulgar, scandalous illustrations. What did I plan? To burn them, of course. That is what Miss Liliana deserves. That is the fate that befalls a rakish infidel. Yes, you heard correctly. Do you think I don't know what's in those books? I won't deny it. I took a peek inside. I needed to understand the sheer scale of depravity we are dealing with. I acknowledge that sin is a natural part of the soul, yet equally natural should be penance, to free oneself from that sin. Chasteness does not come easily, but that is why it is a virtue, granting oneself relief through such primitive and vulgar acts, engaging with something as vile as these books. Have you read A Sermon on the Paths of Discipline by Brother Flamen? He makes a proper statement about those types of deviations. Hands that stray toward idle pleasures build no you wish to have at least the bare minimum for excellent. Look around our quarters. You should find that text. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. We are the sanct. You have returned. My decision remains unchanged. Bless me, we are the sanctified. You have returned. Accept my offering. Receive, we are the sanct. We are the sanctified martyrs. Yes? The body through the time because as he with me I knew about Mike, we are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for. Why do you? The validity of any we are the sanctified Why? And I don't appreciate it. We are the sanctified Why do you? And I don't. We are the sanctified martyrs. We are the sanctified martyrs. Why? Yes, I stole those books that are thick with words yet imparting no virtue, filled with, yes, I stole. What did, yes, I must refuse you. We will not return these books. They are now part, and through me, the church will decide their fate. They end in fire. I acknowledge that chase. Have you hands that Ah, excellent. Look around our quarters. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. We are the sanctified martyrs. We are the sanctified martyrs. You have returned. So, what has someone like you gleaned, especially since it's written that a hand that lingers on selfish desire serves no purpose higher than itself? Know this. The seed is sacred, meant not for waste, but for the cultivation of life and the service of greater purpose. Of course it serves a purpose, a vain and impure one. Such self-gratification weakens the spirit and body. It compels the heart to submit to every fleeting whim. Meanwhile, to be men means resisting those whims, holding back the hand from striking, restraining the hand from depravity. How can a man be ready to protect his loved ones if he's so willing to blind himself through sin? Just to remind you, a blind man cannot fulfill his service either to his kin or Kay, which makes him barren and forever lost. I see you didn't stop your reading of Flamen at a sermon on the paths of discipline, and you've cited the perfect passage. That's precisely the point. What ultimately guides the hand to sin is, after all, the human heart ablaze with unchecked desire. The same sermon says, "Remember, therefore, that the gift of life is for sharing and not for consuming alone." Woe, then, to the hearts driven by selfish desire, as those hearts won't listen to the word. I fear that sometimes this tone is necessary in priestly service. We know human nature all too well, do we not? Avoiding an admission of guilt does not mean avoiding punishment. Someone may treat my teachings with disdain, but ultimately, they will still stand before Kay and hope. Your words, however, are wise, and they lead towards reflection. And there it is, the image of modern humanity, knowing no virtue, stripping purity from every aspect of life. You kill holiness, and then, in the face of life's hardships, you ask where grace has gone. Do not waste your time searching for trivial problems. It can be put to much better. Yes, an excellent observation, and a keen use of the passage from A Sermon on Purity and Temperance, I must admit. This is not about control, my child, but about opening the eyes of those who cannot see. Would it not be better if each of us were ready to receive the prophet's word? A body that succumbs to temptation is a weak. That is precisely why we must maintain purity, to be ready at any moment to receive the grace of the... As Brother Flamen says, treat your body like a sacred place, not a disgusting brothel, as the pursuits of bodily pleasures is like blood. That is, of course, an astute observation, and proof that you've read the sermon thoroughly. However, I am full of faith that I have been placed on this path precisely to make such judgments in the Prophet's name. Still, one could also view it from the perspective you mentioned. Yes. So, dear stranger, what about my role in all of this? Where would people be without priests, striving to protect them from sin and impurity? It is true that I myself was not always a priest. I did not always live guided by purity. Did that make me someone who hurt others or a bad person? I believe it did not. That's a thought worth remembering. Enough, stranger. I see you've tried, but I won't debate matters of faith further. I remain the books will burn. Let not thy flesh govern thy...
Oh, hello there.
Welcome back. Damned red priests. You'd think they'd have bigger They don't have to like it. But, well, thanks. One more thing. I can see you're alright, and I hope I can trust you. No this time. I'm not in the mood to even joke. This time, it's serious. There's a stone tablet in Lord Devaine's manor. A Delrida relic. And I need you to get... The tablet was made by the Theud tribe and given to House Tarion as a token of friendship. Then don't for...
We are the sanctified martyrs. Yeah. The truth. Because you are about. We are the sanctified martyrs. Why? The validity of any we are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive. We are the sanctified martyrs. Why do you... Yes, I stole those books that are thick. Yeah. What? I must refuse you. We will not return these books, and through me, the church. Have you hands that stray to... Ah, excellent. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood... We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood... We are the sanctified martyrs. through. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood, you have returned. So as of me how to. He serves indeed. It is, of course, a different kind of service than mine, but if you put it that way, it is true that this man, for reasons known to him, started his duty and continues it. I must admit that I hold deep respect for those dedicated to their service. Maybe the soul of that one is not as corrupted as I thought, even if he is so eager to look into those tomes. I fear that sometimes this tone is avoiding an admission of guilt does not mean avoiding punishment. Someone may treat my teachings with disdain, but ultimately, they will still stand before Kay, and your words, however, are wise. And there it is, the stripping you kill. What? How can you even speak like that? How can you place the prophet's name in the same sentence with someone doing such hideous things? I'll pretend I didn't hear. This is not. Would it not be better if each of us were ready to receive the prophet's word? A body that is as Brother Flam. Through understanding and grace. That is a fragment where Flamen, it is difficult to interpret it otherwise, and his argument is further strengthened by his reference to the texts of esteemed priests. Nevertheless, the matter here is different. It has been stated many times how such acts dull the human. Such pleasures are like gathering rotting apples, unproductive at best, and poisonous at worst. So, dear stranger, what about my role? Their own business about the fact that each of us becomes a vessel in which her but a hand that labors for love and creation. I suppose then that those who... Enough, string. I see you've tried, but the books will burn. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Through are the sanctified martyrs. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. We are the sanctified martyrs. We are the sanctified martyrs. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for We are the sanctified martyrs. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we... Yes? What reason do you have to interrupt my prayer? What could be more important than this? The body through the sun. I know it because I know all too as I... He with me I knew about... My conscience is untroubled thanks to my... We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood... Why do you disturb me again? Yes, I stole those books that are thick with words yet imparting no virtue, filled with vulgar, scandalous... Yes. Want to... yes. You heard correctly. I acknowledge that sin is a natural part of the soul, yet equally natural should be penance, to free oneself from that sin. Chasteness does not come easily, but that is why it is... Have you read Hands That... So, what is someone like you, especially since it's written that a hand that lingers on selfish does know this? Of course, me, how do... I see you didn't stop your reading of Flamen at a sermon on the paths of discipline, and you've cited the perfect passage. That's precisely the point. What ultimately guides the hand to sin is, after all, the human heart ablaze with unchecked desire. The same sermon says, remember their woe then, to the hearts driven. I fear that sometimes this tone is necessary in priestly service. We know human avoid your will, and there you. Do not waste your time searching for trivial problems. It can be put to much better use. Yes, you might be right about that one, stranger. An excellent observation, and a keen use of the passage from A Sermon on Purity and Temperance. This is not about control. Would it not be that is as... That is, of course, an astute observation, and proof that you've read the sermon thoroughly. However, I am full of faith that I have been placed on this path precisely to make such judgments in the Prophet's name. Still, one could also view it from the perspective you meant. So, this. What about my role in all of this? Where? Their own business? And what about dedicating the body to Kay? About the fact that each of us becomes a vessel in which her word can resonate? But a hand that labors for love and creation walks the righteous path. I suppose then that those who succumb to temptations can still do good. Speaking with you has been profound. I believe it was Kay herself who led our paths to cross. Thank you deeply for this dispute. You've left me with much to reflect upon. Of course, I'll return your books. For now, I can't decide what should be done with them. It's your call. Let not thy flesh...
Oh, hello there.
Before you ask, no. I do not have any books personally signed by Merlin, nor will I fake his signature. Thank you. How's Walter? I hope he didn't greet too hard when you made him part with him. Brother Ismat? A red priest? What for? Don't tell me he wanted to burn them for being indecent. Oh, so Kai does condemn thievery after all. I can never keep track. No matter. Thank you for helping. No many folks around here would have had my back like that. Here, take some gold as a reward, and I'll make sure you get a discount next time. One more thing. I can see you're alright, and I hope I can trust you. We need to talk. No this time. I'm not in the mood to even joke about that. This time, it's serious. A matter of life and death, you could say. There's a stone tablet in Lord Devaine's manor. A Delrida relic. And I need you to get it for me. The tablet was made by the Theud tribe and given to House Tarion as a token of friendship between the Delrida and the people of Cunacht. It's cursed, I suppose. Look, I'm no Theud. I don't pretend to understand their magic. But I do know the tablet causes nightmares. The thicker the weirdness, the worse they get. And, well, we all know what happened to Lady Maeve. If that tablet killed her, it can't stay in the manor. Aye, if I'd known, I would have said something. But I didn't. No until the Stone Wardens reached out to me a while ago, asking if I could petition Lord Devain to return the tablet to the Delrida. I own a bookshop. I don't exactly have the social standing to march into Yvain's manor and demand he hand over an ancient artifact, do ya? Maybe it should. But it's also history. If the Stone Wardens are right, this tablet is one of the oldest examples of Theud craftsmanship. A piece of Delrida magic that survived on Avalon for centuries. Still, if it comes down to it, if it's a choice between taking it or leaving it behind to do more harm, destroy it. I'll deal with the Stone Wardens afterwards. Ask any Ulf, and they'll tell you the whole Theud tribe isn't honourable. Just because they use magic. They'll also call the Volker a bunch of raving lunatics. But while I don't put much stock in prejudice, it does feel wrong. No everybody gets an open door invitation to the Lord's Manor just for showing up in Cunicht, you know. It's not like I haven't tried. I spoke to that snake, Anselm, but he practically threw me out the gate. He set a price so high, I'd have to sell my bookshop and still come up short. When I told him about the danger, he accused me of lying. Said I need to learn how to haggle. What a smug, spineless wee worm. Why? Knowing that you might have saved many lives, of course there's a reward. You know, I was just going to ask you to talk to Anselm for me. But if breaking in is what you prefer, I'll only stop you. Just try not to get caught, alright? That would be embarrassing for both of us. Hello again.
Every threat. I will bleed you. I will be your downfall. This Red Hat thought bigger. Oh, it has many parchments with scribbles. Red Hat not good with scribbles. This man helps? Yes, we read together. This man points scribbles. Red Hat reads words. tries. I learned many words thanks to this man. Red Hat is now very smart. Like man, I am Man Red Cap. And this man is like Red Cap, but not stupid and evil. Talks to Red Cap and does not kill. This man is friend. Almost Red Cap. Needs Red Cap's cap. This is for man. Red Hat will remember. Always will look after this man. No one will slash man with knife. Red Hat goes first, then man. If danger comes, Red Hat will defend this. This man has steadfastness, gives words, not wounds with knife. Alone? Red Hat not What? Red Hat is not an animal. Man talk stupid. Go away, or Red Hat slash with knife. Traitor! Red Hat. Red Hat. If danger comes, Red Hat will defend this man.
Thanks once again. And if you'd be so kind, I'd be really grateful if you could come by from time to time and get rid of those corpse eaters. They keep trying to bite my toes off, and that's really unpleasant.
Always a pleasure to see you.
I swear, just a moment longer and I'll go knock some sense into that madman myself. Some lunatic. He's been going on about a giant crow flying over Connacht, claiming he's going to slay. He was standing in the middle of the square, chucking stones at the sky and shouting that he'd chop its head off. When we tried to calm him down, he started flailing and screaming, "The beast! The beast!" So we locked him up. He could have hurt someone. And now he keeps yelling to let him out. I can't take it anymore. By the All-Mother, another madman. Please, don't do anything that would make me lock you up in a cell. One lunatic a day is enough.
Great heavens! It's you! Fate has brought us together once more, friend. What luck! 100-fold luck! Do you remember me? I'm Barak, the Cursed Knight. Well, not so cursed anymore, thanks to you. Of course, one does not forget a friend, after all. You must help me once more. These fools have locked me in a cell. They refuse to believe the beast is a danger to them. I just wanted to slay it, for I fear nothing anymore. A giant crow, harbinger of doom, a keeper of misfortune. I wouldn't be surprised if the very existence of that monster is why the people of Connacht are faring so poorly. Just as I was cursed once, they might be cursed as well. Aha! So I wasn't wrong. I'm not insane. You know what I'm talking about. If they don't want to help, I won't interfere. Just help me get out of here. I'll leave Connacht and let those folks fend for themselves. Maybe it shouldn't bother me so much. I promise I'll behave. Maybe yelling in the square and throwing stones was a bit... After everything I've been through...
I heard you talk to that fool. Well then, did you get an... No. That's not how things work around here. You do something wrong, you pay a fine. And if you don't have the coin, that knight is a pauper. Not a single gold coin to his name. He has to serve his time. Well, yes. Besides, it's not exactly. This fellow's fine comes to a neat 5,000 gold. Yes, and beyond that, he endangered himself and others. He made loud threats directed at something undefined. He disturbed public order. Do I really need to go on? Pay or don't? No. Well, maybe. I could use a stiff drink. Moonshine, whiskey, gin. My throat's dry as a bone, and I'd kill for a proper meal. Those Camelot folks dress me up in their fancy uniform, but they won't even give me a hearty feast and a good drink, and I'll... Well, not just any meal. I want you to prepare Camelot's delicacy for me. Do you know the last time I had a proper dinner? Exactly. You know what to do. Unless you'd rather pay the fine.
You can't imagine how my heart
Didn't think anyone would stop. Wilkin? Oh! I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. Say, have you... Well... Yes, what of it? Lots of people give their animals names. Some have a cow named Bessie. I have a pig named Wilkin. Butcher them? Oh, please, please, you have to help me find Wilkin before some... Well, the thing is, Wilkin's not really a pig. He's my lover. Well, he's a pig now, but he used to be a man. He was one of Camelot's soldiers. The thing is, I might have done something really stupid. Look, I just wanted him to be happy. I know he's not the type to settle down, but I just wanted him to understand that he doesn't need all these other girls when he has me. I didn't want to make him love me. I just wanted him to realize that we could be happy together. Just the two. Love comes with time. That's what my mum used to say. I went to see a witch that lives outside Connacht. See, they say that if you really, really want... To be fair, I thought it was just an old wives' tale. I mean, nobody can live that long. Not even a witch. But I decided to see... She gave me a potion. She told me to add it to my beloved's meal, and that would be it. He'd be right by my side. As happy as a pig in mud, just as I wanted. Yes. I can see now that it might not have been the best choice of words. But in my defense, I suspect that the witch is not really a witch. She's something evil that feeds on the misery of others. That's what she is. She wanted something precious to me, but I didn't have anything. So she said she'd take her payment later. Fat chance of that happening now. I won't give her a single coin. And if she ever shows up here, I'll tell her what I think of her and her deals. I've already sharpened my pitchfork to give her a warm welcome. That's the thing. She disappeared. I went back there, but there was no sign of her. It's like she was never even there. And then Wilkin disappeared too. Now all I can do is hope that he hasn't ended up on somebody's table. Really? Oh, thank you. May the All-Mother bless your heart. I promise I'll reward you handsomely. Maybe you should try finding the witch first. Maybe she just didn't appear to me out of spite. But perhaps she'll talk to you. Oh, that's for sure. Thank you. Oh. You need something?
O All-Mother, keeper of day and night, shelter us in your embrace. Oh, I hope I'm not bothering you. My family, my daughter, her husband, and my grandson, we all used to live in this house together. Now, I don't even know whether they're still inside. I was visiting my sister in the borough for what might have been the last time. She's 2 years younger than I am, but she's always been sickly. When I got back, the plague was already raging. The Red Priests either took the others or drove them away. Nobody can tell me if they took my family to the island asylum, or if they're all lying dead inside, with flies crawling all over them. So I sit here and pray. What else can I do? Thank you. If you ever pray to the All-Mother, please keep us in your thoughts too. Oh, but that's dangerous. You've got so much life ahead of you. Do you really want to risk it for an old woman you don't even know? Not only could you get sick, but if the Reds catch you, they'll hang you. Really? All right. Thank you. Oh. Don't worry about me. I don't have much time left anyway. Look after yourself, though. You've got a lot. My family. If I could, I would have done it a long time ago. The doors are locked. Quarantine. I guess I shouldn't be sitting here either, but nobody's chased me off yet. Thank you, but please. Oh, All-Mother. Oh. Don't worry about me. My family. I was visiting my sister. When I got back, nobody can so I... Yes, of course. They heal people there. The Red Priests really... And now you're healthy. I prayed to the All-Mother, although maybe I should start praying to the Prophet too, that the priests watch over my family in the asylum. Yes, exactly. Thank you, dear, for your kind words. You've given comfort to an old woman, which is priceless in times like these. I'll keep you in my prayers. Thank you. If you ever pray... Oh, but that's not only could you get... But what if you catch the Red Death? No. Pride comes before a fall, my dear. I wouldn't want you on my... But if you decide to go in, I won't stop you. I might even try to distract the Red Priests if they come this way. If I could, I would have... I guess I shouldn't be sitting here either. Thank you. Oh. Yeah. And now... That's nonsense. Admit it. You've taken some of Maggot's mushrooms, haven't you? Scaring an old woman like that? You should be ashamed of yourself. If you don't have anything useful to say, then leave me alone. Let me pray in peace. Go away.
Wounds make me stronger. The word protects me.
Oh. Yes. And... Yes, I'll keep... Thank you. Oh, but that not only could you get... But what if you... But if... If I get... Thank you. Thank you. Now I'll pray to the All-Mother for my Oh, All-Mother, keeper of day and night. Oh, I don't... My... When... No, so... Thank you. Oh, but that's dangerous. You've got so much life ahead of you. Do you really want to risk it for an old woman you don't even know? Not only could you get sick, but if the Reds catch you... Pride comes before a fall. But if you decide to go in, I won't stop you. If I could, I would have done it a long... I guess I... Thank... Thank you. You're a good... Now I'll pray to the All-Mother for my family to...
Have some spare food or coin?
Yeah, huh? Ah, on the 14th day of the month of Oak, a procession dressed in red passed through. They dragged people from their homes. Eventually they came for us as well. Me and my Brianna, our possessions. They took everything. Took it all for them. Now, I have nothing left. I'm just a poor man. Please, save me. Please. Back then, I lived in the borough, near Camelot, you see. I was there when the priests came with a crowd of penitents, dressed in robes made of parchment laden with the word. The priests cracked their holy whips and delivered fiery speech. No more red death, no more suffering. No, but I was cured nonetheless. I gave up everything for the cure. I gave up Brianna and all my possessions. I had to cleanse myself. Yes, now I am pure. Can you see? Can you see? Yes, now I am pure. Can you see? Can you? Thank you. Yes.
Hey, you! By the way!
I didn't mean to be a bother. I'm really...
have no idea. The menhirs were Merlin and Nimue's domain. I was mostly just relieved they worked. Although I've always felt an odd sense of familiarity with them. I think they reacted to the power we now wield. The Four-Dweller element within us. But why and how? That's beyond even my understanding. But tell me, are you well? You were unconscious for a while. I'm not inside your mind. I can watch, and sometimes I can help, but nothing more than that. Your feelings, your pain, they're yours alone. I cannot take them from you, nor shield you from them. Throughout my life, I've rarely been idle. This helplessness feels unsettling at times. I'm sorry. I know this isn't a life you would have chosen for yourself. But you've conducted yourself admirably. You're strong, and you're not alone. I know this fate was forced upon you. I know all too well how that feels. So I promise, as long as I'm here, I'll help you however I can. Well, the apple has fallen far from the tree. I don't see the air of Palamedes in him. His ancestor was a ruler devoted to his people. He was even capable of defying me when the situation called for it. I always respected him for that. And Yvain, I see a man trying to please everyone. That is the gravest sin a leader can commit. Decisions are never easy, but they must be made. I see that the current Lord is trying to delay that moment, and I fear it's his people who will suffer most because of his indecision. I know much time has passed. I just hope Palamedes' bloodline wasn't diluted by the carelessness of one of Yvain's foremothers. I'm not pretending. Your well-being is important to me. And not just because of what you're doing for me. But if you'd rather not speak of it. Good. That's good. The ones who helped me to build Avalon. We may not have chosen each other's company.
I am an outcast, exiled from my home by the Red
My lord, what a smell! And the drink, full service. Go tell that madman he can start when he's ready to leave the prison. And Connacht, I'll let him go. Back again, and still on this side of the bar. See you soon. Just behave, so I don't have to guard you too.
can't imagine how my heart rejoices that you didn't leave me here. So? Of course. If they want to face the beast on their own, that's none of my concern. I wonder where I'll go. I've heard there are beasts lurking around the Forlorn Swords. I should head there. One less beast means at least one human life saved. I fear nothing anymore. I can do it. Thank you again, my friend. Farewell.
Really? You walk into the prison and ask the one man in Camelot soldier gear who he is? Oh, that's a good one. Well, stranger, I'm Flan, and I am a prison guard. Fortunately, I'm not terribly overworked, now that most people have either left for Camelot or died of Red Plague. Oh, was that insensitive? My apologies. Well, it depends. Take this, for example. We have a beggar here, all mother bless his soul, who figured out that committing only minor offenses would land him here rather than at the gallows. This way, instead of begging on the streets, he gets a roof over his head and a warm meal paid for by Camelot. How clever must you be to come up with that? Pretty clever, I'd say. I probably would have done the same if I were him. Bye.
I am an outcast, exiled from my home.
You doing okay? There. You're going to feel better soon. I'm just trying to help you. You'll get better soon, you'll see. Just try to calm down. Calm down. Don't be scared. It's just medicine. It'll help ease your pain before long.
My skin! It's burning! It hurts! It hurts so much! Leave me! Those cursed scales! Don't touch me! Please don't touch me! No! I'm so scared!
What do you want?
Show the horse! Clink, clink, clink! Move out! 1 foot! Ding, ding! Carries the sound! Carries through the bones! Creak, creak, creak! The bones of the crones! Creak! Crunch, crunch! Oh. Drip!
Do you need something? Are you in pain? I'll do all I can to help, but I need to warn you that our supplies are quite limited. Here, take this. I hope it helps. Unfortunately, that's all I can give you. We have to make sure there's enough for everyone in need. Well, actually, the hospital is run by Camelot. I'm just an apprentice to Neonte, the priestess of the All-Mother here in Connaught. But the healer from Camelot is dead, and Neonte spends most of her time at Lord Yvain's manor. So, it seems I'm on my own. Camelot treats this place like a field hospital. To them, it's temporary, though I suppose that's their outlook on all of Connaught right now. The legate says Camelot simply can't spare anyone else. According to him, one priestess and her apprentice should suffice. And yet, his soldiers are the ones who are supposed to get priority, even if they only have a blister. I'm required to treat them before a local with a broken leg. Oh, she thinks I have everything well in hand, as if she doesn't notice it, all falling apart. I know I should feel flattered by her trust, but honestly, I'm just exhausted. I'm not even a priestess. The only training I've had is what she's given me. Ever since Lady May fell ill and died, Neonte's barely been here. She just sits by her grave. Truth be told, I'm a bit worried about her. Even when she does come by, she seems absent, and I don't even have the time to go check on her. It is. It really is. The hospital's barely holding on. Camelot pays us a pittance for treating their soldiers. And the villagers just pay with what they can. But I can't make medicine with eggs and chickens. And even if I could, I don't have the time. Some days, I dream that someone will swoop in and take it all off my hands. Ideally, it would be Neonte. But I'm not sure I can count on her anymore. Still, Maybe it's worth a try. There is a patient who won't let me treat him. His name's Wilbur, and he's a difficult case. Most of what ails him is just old age. Some days he's clear-headed, but those are becoming fewer and farther between. Lately, he won't let me touch him. He yells at me, claiming I'm keeping him here by force, away from his family. He's even stopped eating and refuses to take his medicine. Honestly, I'm at my wit's end. I don't know how to help him anymore without scaring him even more. All of Connacht knows that I was marked by the weirdness. It's not as bad as people make it out to be, but some are superstitious. They believe I bring bad luck. When the auntie took me in, there were a lot of whispers, though it got better once I started working in the hospital. Weirdness or not, at least they have a healer. But I'm afraid that, in Wilbur's head, I've become some monstrous figure, keeping him prisoner. You can try, if you'd like. Just, please. Late on. Gone. They were all taken to the island asylum during the Red Death outbreak. Every single one of them. Even his grandchildren. Their house is still under quarantine, but Wilbur doesn't even remember the outbreak. He thinks it's all a lie. He keeps trying to go back there, but obviously I can't let him. You can try, if you'd like. Maybe he'll trust you more than he trusts. Just, please. All of them.
You're helping that jailer with the weird face. I might as well throw me in the stocks then. I ain't going down peaceful, that's for sure. I want to go to my What am I talking about? Everyone treats me like some old fool who doesn't know what he's talking about. I can see what everyone around me is plotting. I'll remember all of this. You hear me? To me, this is a prison. And the worst kind at that. Even prisoners of war get better treatment. At least they don't have mutants poking at them. That damn weird spawn girl. They live in the lower district. I'll go to them. But that cursed wench won't let me. Bollocks. There's been no Red Death since King Arthur. I bet she's the one who filled your head. Don't listen to her. You can tell right away. Good folk don't end up twisted. Oh, is that you? I won't listen. One more lie. That's it. Good. What do you want?
Damn it. I know you tried. I can't run this hospital all on my own. And where will the people even if I wait for Camelot to take them in here? If that ever happens, I don't share the legate's conviction that everyone would just leave Connacht. Whoever stays behind, they can't. Someone with money, preferably. I won't lie. I've thought about it. Someone who can supply us with ingredients. Maybe at one point, I even considered asking. Then I thought about Orwin and the Merchants' Union. But I can't abandon the patient. Huh. What doesn't she have against them? First, she abhors them, and then it's all about... I know. You do... I suppose you come across a lot of rare ingredients on your travels. Thank you. Even if it doesn't work, I've been alone with this for so...
Your help, I want. What am I taught? Everyone treat up to me. I'll only speak, and if you're planning to see them, tell them to come. Maybe they will manage to get me out of this. They should have come a long time ago. Lazy fools, dragging their... They live in the lower... I'll go to them, but that... Bollocks. There's been... I don't listen to her. Good folk don't end... Oh, is that... one? Anyone could write such... That's it. Good. You're helping that jailer with the... What am I? They out. Bollocks. I bet you don't listen, good folk, don't. Oh, is that you, Roy? What took you so long? Did you lose that toy of yours again? I remember you wouldn't go anywhere without it, but I see you're all grown up now, so it's probably long gone. Oh, you remembered to always have it with you. Do you remember why you got this plushie? Aye, don't forget about him. Remember, family is the most important thing. No matter what happens or how things are, they're your kin by blood, and you can't fool that bond. I've always been there for you too. Oh, by the way, do you happen to remember that rhyme I wrote for you? When the dark night comes, the menhir will feast. All right. And what about, but if a wicked foe dares cross our floor? Oh, it is really you. On the Old Mother, you have grown. How much time must have passed? Something must be really messed up in my head. Tell me, dear Roy, will you take me home now? You're serious about this? Fine, then. If you say so, I'll trust you. I'll stay in the hospital, but damn it, this better not take long. Here, take this, and get yourself something nice at the inn. Leave me now. Grandpa has to rest. It was good to see you. Hello. Hello, my dear.
I know. I saw what you did. I'm not sure if lying to him was the best idea. But, well, it's better than nothing. Thank you. You've helped us both. I'm just so relieved I didn't have to handle this one thing all on my own. But I can't keep going on like this for much longer. I can't run this hospital all on my own. It's an impossible task.
They oh, Tell me, dear. You're serious about this? But damn it, this better not take long. Here, take this, and get yourself something nice at the inn. Leave me now. Grandpa has to rest. It was good to see you. You're helping that. Oh. I'm not sure if anyway, when... All right, but if a wicked... Do you really think I'm just... I've seen through... That's it. Good.
Oh. No one knows. He barely speaks. And when he does, it's all nonsense. The poor man's lost his mind. I'm afraid there's no point in talking to him right now. Besides, you should speak to Legate Denham. All I know is they sent him somewhere. And when he came back, he was like this. If I had to guess, I'd say it's the effects of the wind. He's a seasoned soldier. I'm sure he's seen plenty in his life. I doubt anything could scare him enough to drive him mad. The other soldiers said he was acting completely normal before, so it's not some long-standing illness of the mind, unless he hid it very well. But I've seen similar cases in people who spend a few nights, or even one, beyond the Menea's reach.
Spare food, a coin.
Have you come to offer aid, or do you stand among the wounded? If so, do not let fear grip your heart. Your time will come. Trust the will of the word, and you shall I am but an empty vessel, yearning to be filled with the sacred joy of the word. Now I am perfectly blank and naked. Alone I lie in this cold place, silently watching, patiently waiting. But soon all shall be perfectly splendid. I have been marked, a gift given to me so that I may pass it on. Tell me, do you wish to become a hollow shell? An obedient corpse, able to hear the voice of the one who guides us to the final act. It is your intimate moment beside the prophet. You will hear the beating of her heart, feel her healing grace, and then you will find peace in the word. At last we shall rest, sister. We will finally rejoice. It is a path, one you will walk, guided by the one who bestowed upon me the grace of hollowness. I have received my task, to wait and pass the gift along. I understand. If you choose to walk this path, know that I shall be here, waiting.
Have some spare food.
Do not be afraid. A handful of Camelot soldiers, myself among them, were chosen for a special mission under the command of the Red Church. The priests sought an artifact said to be hidden within the toll house at the border. Yet, what we found was far more precious. Blessing and peace. None returned but me. It was then that I received the gift. I've heard the tales of the Red Priest's brutality, and I have witnessed it myself. Their methods are harsh, yes, but tell me, what better way is there to cleanse the flesh? To hollow the body and make room for the words? We are not perfect as we are. We must be bent into the proper So it is decided. It will take but a moment. Now, go to the place where I first set foot on this path. There, you will find the one who shall become your shepherd soon. You will...
Help us.
Yes? When the final act comes...
Have some spare food or coin? Anything else? Spare a coin for the hungry.
Ah, here's our troublemaker. You've really caused a stir around here with that spectacle in front of the Menhir. I had everything in order. The cart was ready, and people were all set to move to Camelot. But now, you appear out of nowhere, and suddenly a dying pile of stones lights up like a bonfire. That's bad. That's very bad. Firstly, because now I have to write yet another report to Camelot that we're going to be late, and that they need to send us even more supplies. Secondly, you've somehow reignited the Menhir, and this has reignited people's hopes that they can stay. And that's dangerous. And before you ask why it's dangerous, take a look around town. The recent Red Death outbreak took its toll, and I'm pretty sure things are just going to get worse and worse. But you should be thankful to them. Their hopes are the only reason we haven't locked you up for sabotaging our initiative.
You can go tell Murig that your presence doesn't change anything about our deal, and that you are unwilling to help with his endeavors, whatever they may be. And if he doesn't listen, play along, but come back to me when you learn what he has planned. Isn't it obvious? For the safety of all the residents of Avalon. Only by gathering the Meniers in one place and reigniting them will we be able to keep ourselves safe from the weirdness. Avalon's population has significantly declined over recent years. We're on the brink of extinction, damn it. That's why we need to stick together, to take care of each other. Only Camelot possesses the necessary infrastructure to establish the right conditions for its people. If they remain here, they will die, either from the weirdness itself or from the horde of monsters it spawns. And there aren't enough soldiers here for their protection. You must know that I didn't come here just to obey orders. I truly believe that this is the only way to save everyone on Avalon. Then at the very least, we'll have bought some time for those wiser than us to think of an alternative solution. Perhaps we will invade Tuathan, like in the glorious old days. Or perhaps someone will find a way to free the derelict fleet, allowing us return to the homelands. I don't know. But there's one thing I'm certain of, and I'll repeat it as often as necessary. Only by standing together can we overcome the weirdness. Scattering our people across the island is the worst solution, and it's a sure path to our ruin. Murig, who apparently prefers to be called Maggot, is a druid, even though he may not look the part. And druids are the only ones who know the rituals necessary to ignite the Meniers. Due to bad luck, or more accurately, the decisions of my superiors, our options for druids are limited. That's why I'm forced to work with Murig, and prophet be my witness, neither of us is happy about that. But I'm no fool. I know that what happened in front of the Menhir might make Murig consider double-crossing us. He'll try to find a way to reignite the Menhir so that it could stay in Kunok despite our agreement. So, if you ever find out what he's planning, if he ever asks you to fetch something for his ritual, you make sure you come to me first. Who told you that? The Dalriata? I've never paid a single gold coin to any Dalriata for deserters. Not even once in my life. However, there is... You see, it's hard to keep the men's morale up in these uncertain times. It's really no wonder that every once in a while, some of them try to desert. Still, this is the military. Desertion is unacceptable and will always be punishable by death. Camelot especially insists on nipping that problem in the bud. So if you do take care of the deserters, you can be sure you'll be rewarded. Asgard will pay out bounties for each and every scalp you manage to bring him. Anything else? Me? There's not much I can do right now. I have to stay in Kunok with my men until we get the locals to consider moving to Camelot. But if someone were willing to handle them in whatever way they saw fit, as long as they stopped being a threat to my men and the people here, they'd have my thanks. But all this should stay between us. Excellent. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Really? Airfear. I hope you understand that this needs to stay between us. If anyone finds out who's responsible for the sabotage, well, I'd be forced to take drastic measures And I don't want to do that. Even my own men can't know about this. We're not interested in a conflict with the residents of Connacht. We could use your help once more. This is a delicate matter. I will talk about the sabotage with Airfear personally. However, I know that resorting to violence and public punishment will not be a good solution. Meanwhile, the equipment is still broken. And you know something funny? The only person who could get us replacements for the damaged parts is... Problem is, his forge has been closed lately for some reason. I'd like you to find out what's causing this. Don't worry. You'll... I'll await your Good. I'll await...